We are live. Oh, I don't know about anyone else, but I have been staring at the clock for the past 45 minutes. Hello, everybody. I sing at the beginning of my lives, mostly because it takes a couple minutes and I'm talking to myself for what feels like forever. But hello. Hi, Heidi. I see you. Hi, Megan. Ladies, say hi as you pop on. Brandy, my love. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited too. Yay. Hi, Anna. Oh, everyone, you know what? Let's just let it rain. I want this to be so love filled and excitement filled. Can you hear me okay? Can somebody just give me a yes, I can hear you? I know I got done putting two out of the three kiddos down to sleep, and I looked at my clock and I was like, oh, I should probably like do something with my hair. um, and then I was like, okay, now what? So hello, ladies. Oh, I'm so excited. This is so wonderful. 26 of you on right now. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Jessica, Victoria, Eva, Jillian. Oh, Jillian, it's so good to see you. Karen, Megan, Jackie, Lisa, Valerie, Madeline. Oh, Megan, thank you for telling me. Hi, Friva, Heather, Nikki. Oh my gosh. Hi, Kim Johnson. Justine, Amy, Marcy. Oh my gosh, ladies. Okay, some of you, I'm like, oh my gosh, like because I know some of you so deeply and so well. I've got multiple of my True You tent ladies in the house. I've got one-to-one clients here, and I've got brand new, beautiful, sparkly faces that I'm so excited to get to know you all so well. Thank you, Valerie. Hi, Denise. Oh, how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? This is the welcoming ceremony. I am going to get into some teaching right away. Ladies, this is going to be such an information packed challenge for you. This is going to be the answer to a lot of the cellular questions that maybe you didn't even know that you had. What my intention, there's a lot, but what my intention for this challenge is that we put words to the feelings. We give you the knowledge to match the wisdom that you already have within you. I remember when I started my journey with coaching and true self-discovery and self-love and all of the bits and pieces that make it up. I remember saying, oh, I just want to be able to speak that language. And I just want to be able to know, like to have like the logical words to put to how I feel. Yes, does that resonate? Like some of you may have been like, I know the feeling, I know the stirring that I have, but it's time to put words to it, because when you can put words to it and you can name it, you can move and you can take action on it. So we're going to do that over the course of this week. We are going to get, you've probably seen my posts all over the place, but we're going to get really specific on a bunch of woo stuff that is just based in nature and science and empathy and energy and spirituality and the cosmos, and we're going to bring it all together in a way that makes it super tangible and understandable for you, because it's going to be a lot, but all of this, you see it, but you don't participate with it. And that's what we're going to be doing over the course of this week. So a couple things to just kick us off on the right foot, and then we're going to dive in, because I've got some actual teaching for you tonight. But I would love, okay, so I do have some notes to make sure I stay on track. A couple things. Hi, I'm Jillian Bolans. I'm an intuitive life coach. I'm a spiritual mentor, and my mission is to help women uncover the truth of who they really are. And your truth is different than each and every single other beautiful being that is on this call tonight and watching the replay. Your truth is individual and special and sacred to you. And that is meant to be honored and emphasized and embodied. my mission and what I do really well, my superpower, is to help women step into that truth and own it and know it and work with it and be with it and embody it so that they can live a life no longer forcing through, having to prove, but a life of flow and of fun and the life that you were truly meant to live. How does that sound? I mean, I think what I do is pretty baller. I'm not gonna lie. And I love the way that I just am able to say it now. And I wanna be super clear. This has been a work in progress for years now. I have been deeply committed to my own true self-discovery journey, to my own self-love journey, to my own waxing and waning journey for the better part of 4 years, probably going on 5. And it just feels really awesome to finally freaking own it. Do you know what I mean? Like just fucking own it, ladies. Like this is what we're here for. I have been utilizing the tools that I'm going to be sharing over the course of this week to help me feel embodied and empowered and have these spaces where I can offer this free support to have incredibly powerful spaces like my True You tent, which I'll be talking about throughout the course of this week because it is the most sacred thing that I've ever created in terms of a group sacred container support system coaching program. I know the depth that we're able to go. I know the beauty that is you and that is me and that is sisterhood and that is togetherness and that is trusting our intuition. And that's what we're going to uncover this week. Are you ready? And I apologize if hold on. We're going to just, hi, look at there, my notes. Try to unfuzzy the camera. It'll right itself in a little bit. I just talk with my hands so much. Hi. Can you see me? All right, we're going to trust that the camera goddesses are going to take care of us. In the meantime, here's some housekeeping tools, housekeeping tools. Oh, great. I'm so glad. Yay. Oh, thank you, Victoria and Eva. Excellent. Okay, ladies, do me a favor. Hashtag Trust Your Intuition Challenge. I looked it up. There has never been a hashtag Trust Your Intuition Challenge before. We are breaking new ground here tonight, ladies. We are stepping into the magic and the majesty and the beauty that is this space, and that is you. You were meant to be here, and we were meant to create this container of sisterhood for the first time ever. And I don't know about you, but it's about damn time. It's about damn time we started trusting our intuition and owning the sacred power that makes us innately goddessy, witchy, beautiful, divine, feminine, fierce females. Yes? Yes. So do me a favor. As you hear quotes that resonate with you, do the hashtag Trust Your Intuition Challenge and tag me. It's just at Jillian Bolands, whether you're on Instagram or Facebook, tag me so that I can share your message, because here's what, we are doing what we are meant to do in this space for our souls. Our souls are calling us to learn how to trust our intuition. And if that's true for us, then you better believe, there goes my camera. Thank you, goddesses. You better believe that there are other women out there that need to hear exactly what we're going to be talking about over the course of this week. Hey, Kayla, thank you, love. So please do. And I would love for you, daily, hold yourself accountable to the tools that I'm going to give you this week by hashtagging, tagging me, sharing it on social media, because this stuff needs to be shouted from the rooftops. It's time. It's time. And we're going to get into more of that as we go along. So welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I would love to know, because many of you who have done trainings with me or coaching with me in the past, you know that I love for these trainings, especially when it's just me doing a live and we're not on Zoom together. I love for this to be participatory, because guess what? That's how you actually transform, is when you participate. That's when you actually transform, is when you participate. Participate with your own transformation, participate with your own feelings, participate with your own energy. And in this space, you might as well get the most. If you're going to be here, you might as well get the most out of this challenge. So participate in the challenge. Why are you proud of yourself for being here? Because I know you. You are everything to everyone. You can busy yourself until the cows come home. Oftentimes you try to busy yourself so that you don't have to sit with the callings in your heart because they seem big and scary and maybe you don't feel worthy of them. Oh yeah, we're getting right to it, ladies. I'm not going to BS anybody in this. Like, we're going right to the heart. So why are you proud of yourself for being here? Because oftentimes you're doing all the things, but you're not reflecting on just how genuinely amazing you are. Right? So comment, please, why are you proud of yourself for being here? As you do that, I'm going to tell you the two biggest things that light me up in all that I do. And with my coaching hat on in life. I mean, and this is just true. I am in real life how I am as a coach. I'm going to come at you. It's not going to be linear. We're just going to go down, dipping all around the places. We're going to get to the heart of what's going on. I love going deep. We're going to go deep. We're going to get to the root of things because too many of us have been living on the surface for way too freaking long. We're not doing that in this space. I love going deep with my soul sisters, and I love sisterhood. Those are my two favorite things. And that's literally what I base all that I do around, whether it's a free training, whether it's a coaching program, depth, going to the heart of things, really getting there, because that's where the truth of you lives, is really deep down inside. That's also where your intuition lives. And sisterhood, because ladies, we were not meant to put our head down, get up in the morning, know our goal, run after it with our head focused and not looking all around, not feeling our feels, and then fall into a bed exhausted at night only to repeat it the next day. We're actually not wired for that. We are wired for ebbing and flowing. We are wired to bring to trust our feelings and let that be our guiding force. And we are wired to want to be among community. We are wired to want to be among a deep sisterhood that celebrates connection and that holds us when we cry and laughs with us when we celebrate. It's the and both. And that's what I create in my spaces. And so buckle up, because you are now a part of that. And I'm really excited to have you here. So let's dive right in. Excellent. Hold on. I want to read a couple things. Hey, Heather Bryant. I'm proud that I'm present and not retreating. Same, sister. Same. Awesome. Marcy, I'm proud because I'm taking care of myself. Yes, Freva, I'm proud because I'm taking steps to make the changes I want to see in myself, in my life. That's just it, ladies. You could continue living the life that you have been living. Although, really, I'm going to ask you that. Could you? Like, is that even an option? Like, to put the blinders on and just pretend like everything's okay, even though you know it's not okay. Is that even an option anymore? To live in that provey, I need to do everything the way a dude does it because that's what society expects of me. Like, is that an option for you anymore? I tend to think if you're in this space and you're acknowledging that inner stirring within you to embody who it is you truly are and to trust yourself, you can't do it like that anymore. And that might be a little bit scary. That might toss you a little off kilter. But it's okay. We're going to be here to support you through that. We're going to help you get your sea legs, so to speak, in intuition. Amy, I'm proud of myself for being here. Even if I'm exhausted and wanted to go to bed, honey, I know. I get it. I need to take time for me. And you know what? The good news is starting tomorrow, all the trainings are going to be at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I did that. I know some of you work day jobs, but I did that because if you're committed to this, you're going to watch the replay. And I can promise you, you're going to want to watch the replay. This is not going to be a challenge that's going to, I see challenges all the time. I used to do challenges all the time, like lose weight super quick, or like get the best business schemes that are going to help you to do whatever. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the soul. It's fine to do those things. I have no bones against any other challenge that any other person feels called to do. You go, girls. But what we're doing here is we're going to the soul on things. And we're going to be talking about the things that are not commonplace to talk about, which means we need to talk about them here. This is going to be different. And you're ready for it. In fact, I think you're craving that, which is exactly the point of you being here. So, excellent. Let's see. I just feel lost lately. 2020. Oops. Gave me Sorry, my computer did something funny. Got me good. Proud I recognize the importance of this challenge and making it a priority. Yes, 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 yes. That's fine. If you can get here live, awesome. I tried to, I know that we have, I'm in Eastern Standard Time. I know that we have women on the West Coast, but I also know that we have women in Europe and in overseas who are ahead of me. So I really wanted to give people the time to get the most out of every single day because there'll be fun little challenges and stuff like that. And I've got prizes. So there we go. I'm craving it. Yeah, and that's exactly it. That's exactly it. We're craving this. We are craving this. So, ladies, grab your journals and your notebooks. We are going to actually do a little learning tonight as we celebrate and we welcome you into this space. Does everybody feel good? Do you feel good? Do you feel happy about being here? I hope so. This is going to be awesome. I want to be the captain of my own ship. Yes. You know what? Last year, my word of the year was steady. And so much of that was about me learning how to steady my ship, no matter what the waves looked like. And 2020 brought plenty of waves. So I'm here for it, Megan. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Intuition. According to a Google search, a Google definition search, intuition is the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. Let that sink in. It's also a thing that one knows. Can't read my own writing. A thing that one knows, likely from instinctive feeling rather than conscious reasoning. I like that one. A thing that one knows, likely from instinctive feeling rather than conscious reasoning. Your intuition, ladies, is instinct. It's of you. It's a feeling. We have been taught in the society that we live in and have lived in for the past several hundred years, where the day literally has been created of and for men. I'm not here to bash men. I have 4 of them living in my house and they're fabulous, wonderful beings. What I'm here to say is we don't live that way. We function very differently from that of men who were making most of the decisions for the past several hundred years. Mostly because they were very afraid of our power, our natural power, the power that comes with our feeling. And we're here for harmony now. We're here to balance that out because you know what? We are driven. We are freaking smart. We can do anything that the dudes can do, ladies. And what if we did it actually utilizing our superpower instead of subduing it? We have been asked to numb out our feelings. We have been asked is a very kind word. we're gonna stick with it. We have been asked to make choices based on what makes the most sense. And there are other ways of making choices that help us make choices the way that we feel most embodied. Yeah, Alicia, exactly. The power that we make humans, yes. A thing that one knows, likely from instinctive feeling rather than conscious reason. Sometimes, friends, the things that we know to be true don't make a freaking ounce of sense, but we know it. I want you to think about a time that you just knew something and ask yourself, did you follow that or not? And what happened if you did or you didn't? It's really interesting to think back because we have been gathering evidence over the course of our lives, and we're going to help you to start to gather new evidence to support you living in congruence with your intuition and not making decisions to prove to other people or to, even worse, impress other people. Because it's time that you start reclaiming your life and living it the way that you want to. That word want is going to be a beautiful new addition to your vocabulary. When's the last time you asked yourself what you wanted, like really wanted, and you gave yourself permission to have it? When's the last time? When's the last time you asked yourself what feels most fun? What feels most life-giving? What do I know? Not know from deep within our gut. Our solar plexus is the chakra in our belly. This is where our intuition lies. This is where our power center is. It's also where our inner child lives. That inner child and her innocence and her freedom. They all live in our solar plexus and are able to make the best decisions for us. I'm going to give you another word, another definition: wisdom. The soundness of an action or decision with regard to the application of experience, knowledge, and good judgment. Said otherwise, wisdom is that deep knowing that we have. It's that deep feeling that we have based on experiences, knowledge, and that deep internal feeling of judgment. That one that that discernment that we have, especially as women, that is our superpower. It's that feeling. Our intuition, and this is a direct Jillian Boland's quote, our intuition is the messenger of our wisdom. Our wisdom knows what to do, always, 100% of the time. This is where our soul lives. This is where our inner being lives. And our intuition is the little ping. It's like the little messenger, like, hey, over here, come follow me. This is where we want to go. This is our wisdom over here. This is important. This is important work, ladies. We have just stepped into the age of Aquarius, which is the age of the divine feminine. We are here to bring harmony back to the world. And you know what? This is a beautiful time to be alive. There is so much turmoil out there right now. And I keep equating it to everything that we see is just baffling and blowing our minds right now. Like, is that seriously going on? Is that still a thing? Everything that we're seeing in society right now, it's like it's coming up so that it can be detoxed, because we are paving the way for the divine feminine to come and bring some equilibrium to the very wounded masculine that has been kind of running the show. We are made up of both masculine and feminine energy. We need both. Just like the moon waxes and wanes, just like the tides ebb and flow, so too do we need the masculine and the feminine energies. They're supposed to work together. Unfortunately, they haven't been for several hundred years. And with that, our intuition has been tucked aside. Our intuition is the way back, and we are the leaders of that. We are the very first, we are the first brave ones. I feel like our souls, if you could personify a soul, it was like, all right, during the time where the divine feminine is going to make a comeback and people are going to start living based on their feelings and what feels good and what feels right and what they know to be true, who wants to sign up for that time? It's going to be tricky. Like, there's going to be some stuff that's going to come up. We're going to have to work through some really uncomfortable shit out there, but you're going to be one of the very first. You're going to be a pioneer of the divine feminine. Who's coming? I know that I was like, oh, me! Pick me! And I think all of you were too. This is important. It's time to start looking for the harmony. This is showing up everywhere. That the old constructs don't work anymore, ladies. I know you feel it. I know you see it. And it's time. So I actually have, the way I work, when I channeled essentially everything that I wanted to present to you over the course of this week, I literally sit with the wisdom that is me, and I ask for guidance in what is meant to come through and how. And this morning I was sitting right over there. Yeah, girls. Yeah. Hey, Lords. Hey, Lisa. Hi, Anne. I was sitting in my little spiritual space over in the corner of my office, and I actually came up with a how. How do we uncover our intuition? How do we start trusting our intuition? That's so loaded, because if you've been programmed not to trust your intuition for most of your life, we're gonna have to start dipping our toe in. I know a lot of us want to cannonball in, but we might not be ready for that. And with respect to ourselves, it's nice to have a little bit of an outline. It's nice to have a little bit of something to fall back on, like, okay, but how do we do this? How do we do this? So I'm gonna read a couple bullet points that I had for you. It's repeating some of the things, but I want to make sure that like we drive this home. Our intuition is the messenger of our wisdom. Our wisdom comes from our experiences of our life, but also the life of our ancestors. Our wisdom, oh, this is really good. Our wisdom isn't made up of just what we've experienced, right? Because some people will say to me, I actually made a post tonight, like I had a friend ask me, like, how is it you can do what you do? You're 30 something years old. Like what do you know, almost like, and it was a very kind, there was no ill intent to the question, but like, here's what I know because I've learned how to freaking trust myself, and I've done the work to strip away all the masks that I wore to impress other people, and I'm here for this work and to help other women step into this work. So my wisdom is based, yes, on my experience, but I also know that I house the wisdom of generations of women before me. I want you to think about this. You, the egg that you were in was in not just your mother's body, but your grandmother's body. You cooked for 9 months in someone's sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the second one. So the first chakra is the root chakra, and then we've got the sacral chakra, and that is right in the uterine area. And it's right below the solar plexus that I talked about a little bit ago. The sacral chakra is all about flow. It's all about the give and the receive, the waxing and the waning, the energy exchange. Our sacral chakra is about energy exchange. It's about feeling our feelings and allowing and giving, allowing and giving. And you literally cooked for 9 months in someone's sacral chakra. There was a lot of wisdom happening then. There was also a lot of wisdom when you were in your grandmother's sacral chakra. Now I want you to think about this. Your grandmother was in her grandmother's sacral chakra. Womb wisdom, ladies, is so amazing. It's so amazing and it's so deep. So yes, you have been here. Is anyone else's mind blown with this? Like you have experiences and knowledge that you've gained wisdom from in this lifetime. But you also have, because once energy is created, it cannot be destroyed. You have the energetic blueprint and imprint of wisdom from women that came generations ago. Generations ago. I mean, it's about time we start honoring them, isn't it? Hands up. Who's ready to honor the generational wisdom that has been handed down? No matter the relationship you had with your mother and your grandmother and your great grandmother, and no matter the relationship they all had together, there was wisdom and story. And we're going to get into story later this week. But that wisdom that is handed down through not just words, but feeling and an acknowledgement. Yes, ancestral magic. Exactly, Megan. Anna, I have lived many lives. Same. Same. This is big stuff, ladies. This is big stuff. So, how? Yeah, girls. Yes. Freaking. Hi, Laura Clark. Nice to see you. Okay. So now we know what our intuition is. Our intuition is a feeling, right? So if we're going back, I told you I'm going to go all over the place, but I always round it back up. It's like I'm packaging it. I'm going to go, and this is how I teach, girls, but I'm always going to bring it back around. Okay? Like we're going to get some bullet points because I think that's important. But I think it's important to add color and add feeling to what we go through. I'm not here just to give you a bulleted list and send you on your way. I'm here to help you feel again. That's what we're doing here. Okay? Yes? Excellent. So our intuition, what is our intuition? It's our feeling. It's a messenger of our wisdom. It's a ping that's leading us to where we're meant to be. It's what we're meant to do despite what we think we should do. It's another good one. Hi, Nikki. I remember talking about this with you, Nikki. So awesome. Oh, it's so good. I love thank you, ladies, for participating. I love your comments so much. Okay, so how? Now we know what the intuition is. We know what we're going to be igniting over the course of this week. Because, ladies, here's the thing. There are so many ways to reignite your intuition. There are so many ways to tap into trust. And some ways are going to resonate with you more than others, which is why I'm going to teach a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of them. And I came up with even more. Like as I was marketing this and putting this out there, so to speak, I was like, oh, I think we're going to have to do this again at some point. We'll see how it goes, but I came up with more. But anyway, so now we know what the intuition is. And now we're going to get into the how. How do we start trusting our intuition? The easy answer is love. But I'm going to give you more than that. Love. I want you to write love, L-O-V-E, down, because it's going to be the acronym. Okay. But like, oh, when this came through, I was like, thank you. Thank you. How do we start trusting our intuition? Love. We lean into love. We let go of the logic. We let go of the impressing other people. We certainly let go of the fear, because it's fear that's been holding us back, girls. So we lean into love in order to trust our intuition. The L is for listen. The L in love is for listen. The O is observe. The V is visit. And the E is experience. Is anyone else like tingling? I am. I get goosebumps when my spirit team's like, oh yeah, we're on the right track. So cool. Okay, listen. So how do we start trusting our intuition? Well, first we listen. I alluded to it earlier, but I know how busy your life is. And that has served you in many different ways, because oftentimes we try to prove how worthy we are in the action that we take, more specifically in the accolades that we seek. We try to prove our worth from how much work we can do. And ladies, we're not here for that anymore. We're not here for that anymore. So when we busy ourselves, when we overdo, when we overperform, when we overachieve, it gets really noisy. It gets really loud. I mean, I'm a mom of 3 kids. Like, it's loud all the time. And if you are used to living a life where you're going, performing, achieving, you are not ever giving yourself an opportunity to listen. In fact, during the times that you could be listening and getting silent and still with yourself, you've got earbuds in, listening to a podcast, calling it personal development, which I am all for, but not at the expense of listening to your own soul. There is no one out there that can teach you what's more important than you. To you than you. There's no one out there that can teach you what's more important to you than you. I freaking work in the world of personal and spiritual development, ladies. And I'm telling you right now, listening to you and the calling of your heart is the thing that's going to set you free, but you've got to give yourself the opportunity to do it. So getting quiet with yourself, call it meditating, call it whatever you want, but it doesn't have to look any which way. It doesn't have to look what you've seen out there. It doesn't have to look like it might look to other people. You don't have to sit there like this. You can if you want to. As long as you are giving yourself some quiet time to get intimate with yourself, you'll start to hear your intuition. Have you ever made a decision and you've just tried to like bulldoze through it to save time? But if you had only taken a deep breath and gone within and asked yourself what you really wanted, it would have made all the difference in the world. That's what listening is all about. So when you listen, you can ask yourself, what is it I really want right now? When you're at that crossroads where it's like, okay, what do I do? Do I make choices based on what makes the best sense, or do I make a choice based on what I feel? Always, always, always listen for that intuitive nudge. So the L of love is listen. And then observe. When we listen for those quiet whispers that come from within, I want you to then observe how it is it makes you feel. What comes up for you? This gets to be a whole experience, and experience is the final E of this. But first we listen, and then we observe. How do we feel about this? What's happening in our surroundings that because we're trying to bulldoze through, we're not taking into account? As we listen to the calling of our heart and what we know to be true, what else can we observe in that moment that can help us tap deeper into our wisdom? So first we listen, then we observe, and then we visit. We visit the possibility. We kind of like rendezvous with what it would be like if we trusted ourselves. At this point in the process, you've probably delineated between the head and the heart a little bit. You've probably delineated between the expectation and the desire a little bit. So visit with it. A great question to ask yourself during this time of the process is, what feels right? Visit with the different options that you have. Okay, I've listened to my intuition. I know my options now. I've observed what I actually feel in my body. If I'm feeling anxious, if I'm feeling hesitant, like what's that trying to tell me? If I'm feeling like this is a hell yes, what's that trying to tell me? Then you visit it. Okay, if I made this choice, what are some likely scenarios that are going to come out? How am I going to feel about it at the end of the road? If I made this choice, how am I going to feel? Actually allowing yourself to walk through the process with the underlying question of how will that make me feel leading the way is everything. So first we listen, then we observe, then we visit the opportunities. We visit the possibilities. And then the E is experience. What if you allowed yourself to experience what it would be like to not just hear the intuitive whispers, not just see all the things, not just visit it and like hang out with it for a little while, but to like truly allow for the entirety of what's going on for you to come to fruition, to experience what it would be like to trust your intuition. How are we doing, ladies? How are we doing here? That's a toughie. Always listening to the brain. I push that belly feeling down usually. And Heidi, why? And you know what? That's exactly why we're here, because most of us have learned to push that belly feeling down. Why? Ladies, why are we pushing that gut intuition down? Why? That's a great journaling question. Please write that down. Why have I pushed my intuitive nudges away? Love the idea of visiting with the different options and how they feel. Yes. Madeline, remember, there's you're gonna get the replay of all this, so no worries. I talk fast, but we got a lot of content here. And Kim Johnson, mind blown. So I'm gonna repeat it. Can someone write this down? Would someone actually? No, I can do it. I can do it. Listen, hold on. How to trust your intuition. Heidi, I usually push that belly feeling down because I think I'm being irresponsible if I go with my gut. Why? See, ladies, you're going to get some coaching throughout all this too. Why? Why do you feel irresponsible? And I don't ask that like that's wrong. I'm curious. Where does that come from? What experience did you have? Who told you that trusting your intuition equals being irresponsible? Where does that come from? Try to name it. Try to name that moment. Because when we can name the moment specifically that we were taught to stop trusting our intuition, we can free it. Ladies, when you can name something, you can release it. When we name the thing, we know what it is, we're ready to release. Okay. Awesome, Madeline. Could be something else or more. Oh, it's more, sweetie. It's more. I overthink things and ignore what my gut tells me. Why? Right, ladies, this is a brilliant opportunity. I mean, what better way to kick off this week than say, why do I ignore what my gut tells me? Where does that come from? These are journaling prompts for you. Because it's how we are taught. Who taught you, though? Who taught that? What was the experience? I definitely resonate with this. Good. For me, it's fear. How my decisions will impact my ability to support my children. I get that, Heather. I get that completely. And what if we realize that the ability to support our children would be 100% covered when we're actually utilizing our superpower? When we turn off our intuition, it's like trying to like drive somewhere and turning off the gas. Irresponsible. I don't know. Yeah, Heidi, good journal. Because we don't trust ourselves. Yep. I feel is fear. Yep. I'm confused about if it's my ego. I always do my best to follow my intuition, make choices based on that, but then things blow up in my face. Was it just my ego? In A Course in Miracles, it says that the ego talks first and the loudest. So when we're with that L, that very first listen, you may want to take a little bit longer. Listen, like, what is it that's calling to you from underneath? I push my intuition down because I've been conditioned by my family experience to think of others' needs before my own, that my intuition isn't normal. Good, Jessica. Good. All right, I'm going to type these out for you all. Listen. Oh, okay. Observe. Visit. Experience. Why have you, I'm going to type in some journaling prompts too. Why have you turned off and pushed away those gut, what do we call it? Gut. Those gut reactions. We'll do that. Okay. So we're going to wrap up in just a couple of minutes. And ladies, I think that for most of these, most of the trainings, I can't promise. My hope for this week is to keep I won't ever go over an hour. My thought is it's probably going to be between a half hour, 45 minutes for some, but some, if we're going to get really deep, it's going to go for an hour. So plan for an hour for these. And you know what? You have an hour that you can dedicate to this. Because what if this was the thing that changed your life? I'm going to like just point blank ask you that. What if this is the thing that kicks off you changing your life? What if this is the thing that is the initiation for you welcoming in these deeper level conversations, welcoming in the concept of being held in sisterhood, welcoming in the trusting of yourself? What if this actually freaking changed your life? What if this isn't just another challenge that you did because it looked good on Facebook? What if you actually applied this? That's what we're here for. Watch the replay. Get here live. This is going to be really soul shifting. We've talked about a lot tonight. So I'm going to wrap this up with a couple more questions for you. What do I feel? What feels right? What feels fun? Kim says, you are worth that hour. Yeah, you all are worth that hour. I know. I can't believe it's been 45 minutes either. Come on, camera goddess. Come on. What should we call her? The camera goddess who's in charge of. Here, I'm just gonna get comfy here. Okay, what do I feel? What feels right? What feels fun? These are the questions that I want you to start filtering things through. What do I really want here? What feels really fun? What feels right? I also wrote this down. This came directly from our friends. Feel it, do it, experience it, prove it. What if you could prove to yourself that your intuition does work? What if you could prove to yourself that following your intuition changed your life? The only way you're going to be able to prove that to yourself is if you allow yourself to do it. And guess what? As you prove it to yourself, you gather evidence to support the fact that you need to trust your intuition, because everything, Camera Goddess Cami, I love it. Everything that you have shared over here, I don't trust my intuition because of programming. I don't trust my intuition because of fear. I don't trust my intuition because of society. Guess what? You have evidence to support that stuff. In this challenge, we're going to give you new evidence to work with. We're going to help you actually get some wins with trusting your intuition, because I want you to start applying this immediately. Immediately. I want you to have a basis to trust yourself again. You are freaking worth trusting yourself. So is this world. This world is dependent upon you trusting yourself. So feel it, do it, experience it, prove it. Gather evidence to support the fact that your deep knowing is always right. Now I'm going to give you a caveat here. This may not be convenient at first. Your intuition may be inconvenient at first, because if you've made decisions that have led you down a path that is filled with resistance and fear and frustration and anger, it's going to take a minute to like cut through the tall grass to get back to the path of least resistance. But you're worth the work. You're worth the effort. So remember, your intuition may be inconvenient. Last year, I had to make a decision to say yes to myself and to stop putting my work under other people's umbrella. I had a deep knowing that it was time for me to stand and embody this sacred work that I do. And that was really inconvenient because I had said yes to a business partnership. I had said yes to a number of different things that at the time felt great. But as life continued and as I uncovered and unfurled and unfolded, I knew intuitively that I was meant to do this work. It's not good or bad. I'm not angry with myself. But intuitively I knew, and it felt really inconvenient because I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I didn't want to start over. But I knew I couldn't keep going down a path that it wasn't even a path anymore. It was just wilderness. So I had to do some things. I had to help clear a path to get back to the path of least resistance. But guess what? Every single time you do that, life gets easier. It gets more fun. And you're worth that. You're worth the work of getting back on your soul's path. We get caught up trying to like do things according to other people, which puts us on a different path or puts us on their soul's path. You're not here to live someone else's life. So although at the beginning you're trusting your intuition may be inconvenient, it's always going to lead back to your soul's path, and you are worth being on that freedom-filled, flow-filled path. Questions? Questions. All right. It is time to try myself again. Lisa, I love that. Heidi, I freaking love you too. I know I have some resistance on my path. Totally. And you know what? That's normal. That's life, Megan. That is life. And we're here to support you through that. Come on, Cami. Cami, the camera goddess. I can't make the lives, but I schedule this into my calendar every day so I know I'm committed. Jillian Grover, I know about you that you are always committed to something when you say you are. Excellent, ladies. Good. What questions do you have? Whenever I've gone against mine, the consequences have been disastrous, but going with it has never steered me wrong. And we're going to help you remember that this week, ladies. We're going to help you remember that this week. So as we wrap up tonight, let's do a recap. We've talked about what your intuition is. It's the messenger of your wisdom. It's the feeling that you have deep inside. It's the remembrance of who you are and what you're meant to do. Your intuition is a remembrance. It's the messenger of your soul's calling. How do we activate it? How do we start trusting it again? We lean into love. We release fear. Guess what? Fear has been leading the way because it's been pretty convenient for fear to lead the way. It served you, so to speak. You may not be proud of it. Now that we know about it, you may be like, oh no, I didn't do that. Yeah, you did. But you know what? It served you for a while. It kept you small and kept you safe, but we're not meant to be living that life anymore. We're meant to live a life of fulfillment and fulfillment and fun and trusting ourselves and making choices to support our family, utilizing our superpower instead of subduing them or undermining them. Fear sucks. Anna, you're so cute. So we lean into love. Thank you, Cami. We lean into love. We listen, we observe, we visit, and we experience. Because as we experience our intuition more and more, we're going to start trusting ourselves. How do we start gaining trust in ourselves, ladies? By doing what we say we're going to do and not doing what we say we're not going to do. This is about getting to know yourself again. This is about embodying the truth of who you are and trusting you, because guess what? When you trust you, you're always right. And you are worthy of that, my loves. You are worthy of that. So, I know, I think I'm going to trademark fulfillment. I like that. It's like, I remember saying on stage at True You Live, on a cellular and soulular level, I'm like, yeah, that feels good. That feels good. Okay. My loves, good. We are just before 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I wish you all the most beautiful night. And as we close out tonight, I would love to hear what you're ready to release. What are you ready to release this week so that you can start trusting your intuition? There's something that's been getting in the way of you trusting your intuition. What are you ready to release? Tomorrow, we're going to talk about cyclicality. There's cyclicality in everything. And specifically with the seasons, I'm going to talk a little bit about the moon. Most of y'all know I'm obsessed with Mama Moon, but we're going to talk really about the seasons because it's the perfect time of year to do that, first of all. And it's such a great metaphor for everything that we experience inside. So let's see. Heidi, ready to release guilt. Megan, ready to release expectations. So good. So good. Ready to release all my self-doubt. Ready to release fear. Self-doubt. Hey, Raquel. Good. Good, good, good. Ready to release doing things for the wrong reasons and other people's approval. That's where I got caught up for most of my life. Ready to release guilt and control, self-doubt. Ready to release excuses, self-doubt, confusion, everyone else's expectations of me, fear, and trusting it will all work out. It's how it's supposed to. Self-doubt. Good. All right, my loves. No specific homework tonight. Tomorrow I will have some homework for you, but tonight, I mean, we have just a little bit of time between tonight and tomorrow's morning training. But tomorrow I will have a piece of homework, and as you turn it in throughout the week, I will be gifting little fun prizes to those who turn in their homework. So that's going to be so awesome. Amy, I'm ready to release all my preconceived notions of what I think I'm supposed to do. Yes. People approval. Yes. Self-doubt. Awesome. Another reason. Oh, Elisa, ready to release dimming my own light. I love that. The shoulda, coulda, woulda. Do as I want to do. So good. Another reason I need to do them in the morning is because I stop being able to form complete sentences at a certain time of night. I still have a baby that's under 1 year old. So it's going to be much better and more eloquent for me to be training you in the mornings. I love you all. Journal on whatever came up tonight if you'd like to, and feel free. Ladies, I don't want it to just be me posting in the group. Share what comes up, any revelations that you have, any quotes. If any of you are really good at like making cute like Canva or like picture art quotes, that you can tag me in, and you share them on social media, share them in the group too. I really want, this is important. This is important work that we're embodying here. And I really want us all to own that. You matter to this experience. You matter to your life. You matter to the people in your life. I always say this, but the people that benefit the very most from you doing your sacred work in the world are the people that you love the very most. They're the very first people that feel the byproduct of you doing this work. And all of that, you stepping into love, you stepping into trust, you stepping into self-knowing, helps for you to contribute to mass consciousness. You are literally changing the energy of the world by being here tonight, by saying yes to you. This is big, deep, important work. And I'm freaking here for it, girls. And I know you are too. Thank you, loves. Have a great night. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Trust Your Intuition Challenge. Have a blast. Tag me everywhere so I can share your stuff. And I will see you tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about cyclicality and the seasons and how all of that will help you be tools in your toolbox to help you uncover and trust your intuition. Love you, ladies. Good night.